We are live. Hey, I guess we can start with. I guess we can start with. Yeah, from last night.
The only thing that really ticks me off about last night, why did they have Jinder pin Randy? It makes no sense.
It's to build.
Let me finish.
To build Jinder up.
No,
Make him a believable challenger.
Well, yeah, but they could have had him pin Sammy or AJ. That still would have made him a believable challenger, because if you truly think about it, doesn't that hurt Orton?
No.
In a way it does, because it makes Orton less believable as a champ. In a way it does. Because with them doing it this way, it pretty much telegraphs what they're going to do with the pay-per-view with Jinder winning.
No, this says that Orton's going to win at the pay-per-view.
No.
Get win back.
Orton will get his back next week, and if he gets his back next week,
there's no plans for opportunity to win the title. Last I heard, there are no plans for him to win the title.
They could still do it to swerve us. They could. You never know with Vince McMahon.
I think you're going to see Randy Orton versus Rusev at Money in the Bank for the title.
Yeah. The Fashion Police stuff is cool. I do have to say that was funny.
Yeah.
That was funny. But the whole thing with the 6-woman tag last night, how do you set up a 6-woman tag to set up a 6-woman tag? Or how do you set it? How don't you make it Becky and Naomi versus Natalya and Tamina?
It's a 6-woman.
Well, yeah, but to set up the 6-woman tag, you shouldn't do a singles to set up a tag.
Yeah, but
in that way, it doesn't make sense because of the fact that the way that they set up the 6-woman tag has no logic to it.
I'd rather see a 6-way for the women's title than a 6-woman's tag at Backlash.
Well, I would have rather them have gone with their original plan, which was another 6-pack challenge.
Yeah.
That was their original plan, because the original plan was to do that because they got screwed at WrestleMania.
We all know Charlotte, Becky, and Naomi are going to win at Backlash.
Yeah.
Then they'll do the Naomi-Charlotte a rematch at some point.
I wonder if after NXT TakeOver, if they bring up Peyton Royce and Billy Kay.
I think they come up after TakeOver of Brooklyn.
I would bring them up now because the SmackDown women's division needs more people.
You can't. But the NXT women's division needs more people.
Yeah, but
too.
after August, they will be getting more people, because a lot of the people that are in the women's tournament are going to end up in NXT.
They could.
And we all know, if they don't do what I've been saying and change the title without having Asuka getting pinned,
I think they'll wait until Brooklyn has been removed.
I could see them waiting, but they also could break up the to have, because I know they're trying to make Asuka a heel, which makes no sense, because Asuka's the second most cheered person in NXT.
Yeah.
The most cheered person is Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode, yeah, he's over.
He's way too over, and he's a heel.
Yeah.
But it's mostly because of the music. If he didn't have Glorious, he wouldn't be over.
Yeah.
It's the music.
He wouldn't be as over. Yeah.
I don't think he'd be over at all. I don't even think he'd be champ.
Yeah, he would. WWE had big plans for him no matter what.
Well, I don't know if they would have if he wouldn't have been as over with having the music that he has. Without that music, I don't think that they would give him the title as quick. And even if Drew McIntyre does win the title, there is no plans on bringing him up.
He doesn't want to be up. He wants to be in NXT.
Well, yeah, and he only signed for 1 year.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens after that. If he decides to re-sign or.
I think he will because he knows WWE is where the money is, and he's getting to that point in his career where he has to make the money because he didn't make too much money when he was in WWE the first time.
It's going to be interesting if they go with Adam Cole or Drew McIntyre in the title match at TakeOver Brooklyn.
It's going to be McIntyre because we don't actually know what's going on with Adam Cole yet.
Yeah.
He could re-sign with Ring of Honor. We don't know.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see that happening either, but he could go over and work New Japan too.
New Japan Pro Wrestling wants him.
And if he works in New Japan, he'll be able to, within a year, he'll be able to work Ring of Honor again. Because
depends if he wants to travel over there and be over there.
Well, I think he will because, number one, if Kenny Omega does leave to go to WWE after his contract is up in January, no, in February, then who's going to take Omega's spot?
I don't know, but Adam Cole says he does want to go to WWE. So,
well, yeah, but I think if there's an attractive offer from New Japan, he goes to New Japan just because they're going to need somebody. And Cody isn't the person that you'd want to push towards the title.
Yeah,
he's more of a mid-card guy.
Cody, if they can get Cody to sign an exclusive deal with ROH, then he'll get the world title there.
Well, yeah, but also he could go towards the title in New Japan too.
Yeah, if they wanted to.
Yeah, because he still has a contract with New Japan, correct?
I don't know. I don't think he does. According to Cody,
yeah, he does. Because
according to Cody,
he wouldn't be part of the Bullet Club.
Cody says he's a free agent, but
okay, well, that doesn't make sense because then why wasn't he kicked out of the Bullet Club?
Because he still works for Ring of Honor. He still does shows over there.
I know, but if he's a free agent, why wouldn't he have been kicked out of the?
He's supposed to be signing with Ring of Honor.
Yeah, which means he'll still work New Japan.
Yeah.
But
we'll see how serious New Japan is with Kenny Omega if they give him the title next month.
I think actually that would be this month.
In June.
No, it would be this month because the title match is this month.
No, it's in June.
No, it's this month.
They announced it for June.
Oh, okay. I thought it was at their next big show in May. After the tour with Ring of Honor. I thought it was on the the show on the 15th. Because there's a New Japan show on the 15th. If I think I'm correct on saying that because if they're going to do the title change, they have to do it in May because in June, at the end of June, they're in the U.S. For the G1 stuff.
Yeah.
So I think they have a show on
Nope, it's on June. It's on June 11th
Okay.
in the Joe Hall. It's in Japan.
I know that. But yeah, I think they'll do a title change there to have Kenny Omega come to the U.S. as champ.
Yeah, we'll see if they are fully behind Kenny Omega if they give him the title then.
I got a gut feeling that's what they're going to do because number one, then there's a lot of stuff that they can set in motion by having Omega be go into the 2 U.S. shows at the end of the month of June.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're going to need to sign another big name from the U.S. at some point. New Japan.
There's not really many big names left they could sign.
Oh. Timothy Thatcher.
I've heard of him, but I don't know really who he is. I've heard the name before. I haven't.
He's the Evolve champ, or at least he was.
Yep, the plan is to do Reigns and Bray Wyatt feud again.
Anybody but you, Roman.
Because they're thinking about doing Balor and Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire.
Who are they doing at Great Balls of Fire?
Balor and Lesnar. They're thinking about doing.
Okay. Then maybe they won't. Maybe they'll do
they're going to have
Lesnar and
tournament-like matches to crown a new #1 contender.
So they are doing a tournament.
Yeah, well, that's what I read anyway. Well, they're supposed to be having meetings yesterday and today about the plans going forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Why didn't they use Stephanie on Raw on Monday?
No idea. I don't know what the plan is for her when she comes back. I don't know.
Are they holding her back till after SummerSlam?
I have no idea. They don't really need her because they have Kurt Angle, and he's a big enough name. They don't need her.
Though, because Kurt couldn't travel overseas.
He can't.
No, he was. Why do you think Dean Ambrose and The Miz were the GMs? Kurt Angle was not there. Kurt can't travel because of his. I think he had like 3 or 4 year probation for that for those drunk driving arrests.
Oh, just like Jeff Hardy did.
Yeah, but Jeff Hardy's is done.
That's why he was on the UK tour.
Yeah. I got it. No, actually, I'm wrong because he did UK shows for TNA.
No, he didn't because he had 5 years. He couldn't be over there for the last 5 years until now.
No, not Jeff. Kurt.
Yeah, Kurt. Yeah. Kurt Angle was, yeah.
Yeah, but then why wouldn't WWE have brought him over for Raw?
I don't know.
Maybe there was something going on with his wife or something.
Maybe.
Isn't he married to Raka Khan?
No.
No, he was dating Raka Khan at one point, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Because he got didn't he get in trouble for beating up Raka Khan or something?
Maybe.
I
Not.
I could have sworn there was some kind of domestic abuse or something as part of one of his drunk stupors. If I remember correctly.
Maybe Angle can't fly because of his neck or something.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But then how is he traveling from show to show?
True. Well, that's a long flight to the UK.
Well, yeah, but they probably where were they last week? In the US. They were in California, right?
Yeah, they're in California.
So what they could have done was they could have flown from California instead of flying from New York to the UK, because you can fly either way to the UK. They probably flew out of LAX.
Yeah.
Which is actually technically a longer flight than flying out of either LaGuardia or what's the one in New Jersey? Newark.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. We will be finding out soon if St. Clair if the sale of St. Clair goes through.
They did buy it.
Well, no, they didn't.
Yeah, they did for like $3.8 billion dollars.
Your regulation.
$3.8 billion or something. They should put
3.8 million, or do you mean 3.8 billion?
Oh, a billion. So it was something like that. I read.
I thought it was 3.8 billion. Because there's 300 million in debt or something like that with Tribune.
They should put Ring of Honor on friggin' W.
Well, they might do that, but they also own the tennis channel. And when they originally bought the tennis channel, they were thinking about changing that to their sports network and rebranding that.
Yeah, 3.9 billion.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You'd think they'd put some money into Ring of Honor if Sinclair had money. Do you think
they'd
put some money
into
into
last year? They've redone the set.
Yeah, I know.
And it looks a lot better.
Yeah.
Maybe St. Clair talks to Anthem to try to get Impact on WGN.
I don't know.
Because I know WGN was in play the last time when they signed with Pop.
Yeah, they didn't want to wait half the year for them to be on TV.
But
WGN wanted to wait until like June to put them on TV, and they didn't want to wait that long. So,
well, I think it would have been better for them to wait that long, to be honest with you. We wouldn't have gotten all the good Hardy stuff, but still. And the problem with Pop is it's not in enough households. And WGN's in more households. I know that one for a fact. WGN is in 90 million households. That I know for a fact. They're in WGN is in just as many households as, well, the cable version of it is in just as many households as USA, or very, very close. That I know as a fact.
WWE America is in 72.987 million households.
And
that's WGN. 72 million.
Yeah, and
Pop TV's in 74 million households.
So it's very close. But
yeah.
But the problem with Pop TV is WGN is in markets where Pop TV isn't.
WGN is on Dish Network and DirecTV.
Well, yeah, but it's also on cable networks where Pop TV is not a regular network. Well, like for Seattle, for example.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact that people in Seattle can't watch Impact. And that they don't even show it on the Pop TV website anymore either. Which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because they used to stream it on the website. But St. Clair didn't really buy Tribune for WGN America. They technically didn't. They bought it for all the local stations that Tribune owns. And they own big local networks in a bunch of cities.
Yeah.
They own one of the bigger stations in LA. Tribune does. KTLA.
Yeah. What?
Well, there's only 5 matches announced for Backlash.
Yeah, so far, yeah.
They're gonna throw 2 random matches in at some point.
The tag title match, you got the WWE title match, you got the US title match, you got the Nakamura Ziggler match, the 6-woman tag match,
which should be good.
Yeah, I prefer.
Mine is freaking Carmella, who sucks in the ring. But Tamina's okay. She's just really big. And Natalya is the best female wrestler they've got. In the company. In the whole company, she's the best they got.
I would say Charlotte's right up there.
Charlotte is more athletic. But Natalya is the more proficient wrestler. The best pure wrestler they've got is Natalya in the women's division. Cesaro might be the best pure wrestler that they've got in the male division.
No, AJ's better than Cesaro was so strong. He is extremely strong.
I can't believe Vince hasn't pushed him. He loves the big guy.
Well, Cesaro's not really.
Well, he's strong though, and
yeah,
and big guys are normally strong. So that's the whole reason he's pushing freaking Braun Strowman. But have we heard anything more on Strowman?
They don't know He does need surgery. They don't know if he's going to be out 4 to 8 weeks or 9 to 12 weeks yet. They don't know which he's going to be out yet. So they don't know. They don't know how severe it is until he has the surgery.
So he may be pushed back to Survivor Series now.
It depends how 9 to 12 weeks could be.
That would not. He would not be. He would not be back in time for SummerSlam.
Yeah, that'd be cutting it close. Yeah, he'd be back for September.
Yeah, which means that they would start building him up again towards Brock at Survivor Series. Oh, fuck. They might have Roman win the Rumble again.
Yeah. I hope not.
I hope not, but that's the way it's looking. If Strowman is out till September, Roman might be winning the Rumble.
I hope not.
I hope not too, but
I wonder if Lesnar signs a new deal before WrestleMania next year.
it depends. It really depends with him. Because he's now made enough money where it don't fucking matter to him anymore.
Yeah.
And he ain't going back to MMA.
Yeah, no, he's done there. He announced his retirement from there already. Yeah, he's done there.
Yeah, it's not like wrestling where people come back from retirement 8 or 9 times.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to do Owens and Nakamura for the U.S. title after Backlash because they're doing house show matches together after that.
Okay. And then WrestleMania sounds like AJ and Nakamura for the title.
Nope. They're thinking of doing AJ and Nakamura at SummerSlam and doing Cena and Nakamura at WrestleMania now.
Why not? I don't understand why you don't do Cena and Nakamura not for the title at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I don't know.
And stay with the big match that you've been building to, which is AJ and Nakamura for Mania.
Yeah.
Because AJ and Nakamura is the better match of the two. In ring-wise.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see the bump that Ziggler takes for the Kinshasa.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Because he's one of the best bumpers that they've gotten at company. And he is the only one to use this the Shawn Michaels super kick in the company. People can use the super kick, but he's the only one allowed to use the sweet chin music.
I don't know why they're trying to make him into Shawn Michaels in a way.
Because Shawn Michaels is okay with it.
Yeah.
But he is not as charismatic as Shawn. Shawn had a certain charisma to him.
Yeah.
Where he could do stupid, silly shit, but then get really serious.
He's good in the ring, and he can talk on the mic, so he has talent. He has the talent.
His promo skill though is very far behind what Shawn's was. So nobody can cut a promo as good as Shawn. Shawn could get the fans behind him and then piss the fans off in the same promo. Dolph Ziggler can't do that. Dolph Ziggler just has that turn. He has that Vicky Guerrero turn off the TV heat.
The fans hated Vicky
Guerrero.
Well,
because
she was over.
He's been a guy that's been pushed down our throats in the past. Not as bad as Roman, but still.
Well,
it was just 4 years ago when he was over to the point where the crowd was chanting his name the Raw after WrestleMania.
Yeah, he won the world title. That's when he was the most popular. He's when he won the world title.
Yeah, I remember that.
The fans really wanted WWE to push him, and he got that concussion.
Was that the same Raw where the fans chanted, "Thank you, Big Show"?
I think so.
Or was that the year before? Because it was the Wyatts versus Daniel Bryan, Orton, and Big Show. At that, whatever year that was, at WrestleMania. No, it was Orton. Orton had just turned babyface. It was Big Show, Orton, and Sheamus. That's who it was. Because Orton and Sheamus had that match where the fans were chanting random shit. Orton and Sheamus had that match where the fans were chanting, they chanted Randy Savage, where it looked like Randy Orton was going to go RKO 12,000 fans.
Yeah.
Where that look on his face, I'm going to kill somebody tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I miss when this year's WrestleMania crowd for the Raw after wasn't very good. It was okay, but it wasn't as good as recent years. I don't know if there wasn't a lot of UK fans there or what. But I think that WrestleMania will be the last one they have in Orlando anytime soon. Because it's a bad city for transportation.
Yeah.
The roads were all torn up and stuff like that. That's just from what I heard. Next year, New Orleans.
Yeah.
Because it's like the 400th anniversary of New Orleans or something.
Yeah, some celebration going on, and WrestleMania's gonna be part of it. So, yeah, something.
Because wasn't next year supposed to originally be Minnesota?
Yeah. Probably doing is in Minnesota is you don't know if it's gonna snow or if it's gonna.
It's a dome stadium.
No, it's wide open. There's no dome on it.
It's a retractable roof stadium.
Do it in Minnesota. Probably be the Vikings.
Yeah, they do it at the Vikings, which is a dome. They wouldn't do it at TCF Bank Stadium, which is the Minnesota Golden Gophers. They do it at M&T Bank. No, not M&T Bank. God, it's not M&T Bank because M&T Bank is in Baltimore. I forget. No, isn't it U.S. Bank?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's U.S. Bank Stadium, which is actually a dome stadium. And that's where they were originally going to do it, too.
Yeah.
But now they won't be able to do that stadium for a while because not this year, but next year, not this coming NCAA tournament, but the next NCAA tournament is good. The championship game is going to be at that stadium.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. That's why originally they were going to do WrestleMania there in 2018. Because in 2019 was the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
And the Final Four was the Final Four. So, because 2020 originally was supposed to be Dallas for the Final Four, if I remember correctly. Which we don't know what's going on with that because of the bathroom bill in Texas.
Yeah.
There might be big changes. But
did you like Raw from this past week?
Fuck Raw. Raw sucked.
I thought Ambrose and Miz did an okay job. They did it to further the feud, I would assume, and
well, now that feud's probably not going to happen.
Well, they had Ambrose. They're having an IC title match next week on Raw, so
yeah,
they bumped that up.
What's going to happen with Rollins? Is it going to be Rollins and Ambrose, or Rollins and Miz?
They're going to do Rollins and Joe.
Okay, but what are they going to do after?
That feud's still going on.
Well, yeah, but this could be the final match for them.
Yeah. It depends if they go ahead and do that tournament or not for number contendership.
They're going to have to, because then Rollins will get the next title shot.
Or Balor will.
Well, yeah. Well, after Rollins. No, after Balor, Rollins will get the next title shot.
Yeah.
Then Strowman will probably get the title shot at Survivor Series.
It depends how long Strowman's out, so that's going to have to be... If Strowman can come back within the 4 to 8 weeks, then he'll get the title shot at SummerSlam. If he can't come back for a Great Balls of Fire, it'll probably be SummerSlam.
I would probably 4 to 8 weeks is, depending on what he has with his shoulder, is very optimistic. I would keep him out 9 to 12. Just because of, even if it's not severe, you don't want him to re-aggravate it and then be out for. Have we heard anything on Emma?
No, just wait. Hopefully, we'll know something by the end of the week. Hopefully,
yeah,
it's not good. It's not a good sign if you get sent home.
Well, she could have been sent home because of injury, or she could have been sent home because of discipline.
No, she was sent home because of her injury.
Okay. And it's probably not a good sign. She's probably going to see Dr. James Andrews to go have her shoulder looked at. Hopefully she didn't tear her rotator cuff. Because if she tore her rotator cuff, she's done for a year.
I feel so bad for him. She has such bad luck. She just came back, gets injured. This leaves Dana Brooke with nothing to do now.
Send her back to NXT.
They should. They should. Looks like they're going to do a version of the AJ Tamina storyline with Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax for the time being. Nia Jax wants her title shot, so...
Has Nia Jax done anything to deserve a title shot?
She's beaten Bailey and Sasha a few times.
Yeah, but her matches with Bailey were shit. The Sasha matches were halfway decent because Sasha could do more with it than Bailey could. Because even the match that her and Bailey had last year when they were both in NXT was bad. If you remember.
It was okay.
I just don't think her and Bailey mesh.
You could say Nia Jax should have stayed in NXT for a while longer, but
yeah, well, I think originally they should have done that with Strowman.
They needed more women for the brand split, so they had to bring up. So,
well, yeah. But the other problem with Nia is she's just too big.
She's not as big as she looks. They have her wear some kind of suit to make her look bigger than she actually is.
Yeah, but height wise, she's bigger than all the other women. She's even bigger than Charlotte. Height wise. She's gotta be at least 5'11".
Yeah.
There's only one person I want to see Nia Jax verse, and that's Tamina, and that's never gonna happen.
Yeah. I don't know how much longer Tamina Snuka sticks around for. She's getting up there in age.
Well, she also started late too. She started in her 30s.
Yeah.
She's got to be 30. I think she's 39. She's either 38 or 39. Because didn't she come up with the Usos? Yeah. She came up with the Usos.
Yeah, she's 39.
Yeah. She's almost done.
Nia Jax is 32.
Well, okay, she wasn't in developmental as long as Lana. Lana's been with the company for over 10 years. Because she was with the company right after OVW ended the relationship.
Lana still can't wrestle, but
well, yeah, I don't understand why. I still don't get why they broke her and Rusev.
I don't.
That's where the money is. That's exactly where the money is.
They think Lana can be the next Trish Stratus.
She's got the body, but she can't wrestle.
Yeah.
But if maybe they brought Trish back to train her.
She started the same way Trish did as a manager, turned into wrestler.
Well, the real reason she turned into a wrestler is because she was in a relationship with Vince.
Yeah. No.
And that can't happen with Lana.
I don't know how they're going to keep them stubborn on SmackDown.
Yeah, I don't. I think within it, they'll give Lana's gimmick 6 months, and within 6 months, if it doesn't work, they'll end up putting Lana and Rusev back together.
We'll see next week because Rusev is returning next week on SmackDown Live, so we'll see if Lana's with him.
I doubt it because if they're doing this chair dancer gimmick,
that's so bad.
It's stupid.
I've seen it in NXT. It's bad. It's bad. Yeah, I don't know why they're giving along this Emelina slash stripper gimmick.
Well, she can pull off a stripper gimmick. There's no doubt in my mind she can. But I don't think she can do the Emelina. I think they are kind of doing the Emelina gimmick with her, and it's that's never going to debut. Because what they'll do is they'll test it out backstage, or they'll test it out before the show, and they'll find out that it didn't work, just like the Emelina thing. Because that's exactly what happened with the Emelina thing. Is they tested it out before the show when she was supposed to come back, and it didn't work. But the problem with the Emelina thing is all that was going to be was probably a 2 to 3 month thing.
Yeah.
And she would have been back to being what we wanted in the first place, which was the Emma we got after the Emelina gimmick, which is what she's freaking good at. But if they were to bring up Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, where do you think they'd put them?
Probably Raw, I'd imagine.
SmackDown.
Raw after some.
SmackDown. I put them both on SmackDown. Because right now, you need women on SmackDown. Raw has enough women. SmackDown doesn't.
Oh, because Raw's down a woman now with them being out.
Yeah, but they could bring up. Who's another heel on the NXT side? Because as we talked about earlier, what's her name is not. WWE wants her to be a heel, but she's not. She's so over with the crowd.
Yeah. Asuka is supposed to be a heel at the moment. Well, she was the heel
but
now.
She's so over with the crowd because of the streak. It's the whole thing with Goldberg. Goldberg wasn't originally supposed to be a babyface. He was supposed to be a heel.
Yeah.
But because of the streak got him over. Would you turn Ember Moon heel? You might have to. Because if you bring up Asuka, Billy Kay, and Peyton Royce, because you're going to have to at least bring up 3 women.
I don't think they're going to bring up Asuka or Amber Moon anytime soon.
Well, I think they might be put in a corner where they have to bring up Asuka.
I could see them bringing up Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan isn't ready. Liv Morgan is not ready. Go back and watch her in the Battle Royal last week. She's not ready.
The Battle Royals are.
I know, but a Battle Royal is where. The reason WWE does a lot of Battle Royals is so that they can figure out who has talent and who doesn't. The reason they like Liv Morgan is because she's got a nice body. That's why they like Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is shit in the ring.
She's okay in the ring and getting better. I haven't really heard her on the mic, so I don't know how she is on the mic. Mic time at all.
Yeah, because they know she's terrible.
They don't give a lot of women mic time in NXT.
Yeah, because the last woman that they gave a lot of mic time to was Bayley.
Sasha some mic time, Charlotte, Becky, but yeah, they don't give.
They hardly
women
give
too much.
anybody mic time.
It's mostly all wrestling,
Yeah, not Nakamura is the guy that they don't need to give mic time
Yeah,
to get him over.
yeah.
I understand why they gave him the artist gimmick. I get it.
I get it, but I don't like it. I understand it, but I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but it makes sense because they don't want to use King of Strong Style because I don't think they own the rights to it.
Uh,
I think New Japan
I
owns
think
the rights to it.
owns the strong style name only in Japan. I read. I don't know. They called him the King of Strong Style in NXT.
Yeah, but Vince must not like that.
I don't know.
I can't believe Triple H just didn't say to Vince, we don't want to. We should use King of Strong Style. It works. It gets him over.
Maybe he couldn't find.
Or maybe maybe TV reasons because he did wrestle a lot in ROH. Nakamura did. Maybe ROH owns the rights to the Strong Style for TV
I have no
in the
idea.
US. Maybe that was part of it. Because the network is a whole nother animal. The network, since it's over the internet,
Did you see who's calling the UK series? That's gonna be awesome. Jim Ross and Nigel. That's gonna be awesome.
That is gonna be awesome. I love me some Jim Ross. I grew up on Jim Ross.
Yeah.
I know that sounds wrong, but I did.
Jim Ross says W has other projects for him coming up.
Well, yeah. Well, I think I wonder if WWE is going to allow him to keep doing New Japan.
I don't know. It depends if he resigns with New Japan or not.
Well, no.
Shows on Access TV.
Technically, he's not getting paid by New Japan. Technically, he's getting paid by Access TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
And has he dissolved his stuff with Fight TV?
I don't know. If JR leaves Access TV, they can bring Murago back for it.
I would love to see Morrow in TNA for some reason. I don't know why. I just would.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to go there or not.
Why doesn't Jeff Jarrett just bring back freaking Mike Tenay?
I have no idea. Jeff Jarrett's in business meetings, so
he could be going down to see Mike Tenay. He does live in Vegas. Because
I don't know where they're
they're gonna have to do something after Slammiversary, so
yeah,
because that's gonna be the end of Josh.
You would think JB and Joseph Parker win that match. I don't know if Scott Steiner's gonna job to anybody, so Josh Matthews might take the pin on that one.
Yeah, it would make sense for Josh to take the pin.
Yeah.
Well, Scott Steiner don't job for nobody. Scott Steiner, when he was in TNA in the first place, he never did the job. He never did the job. He never did it. And still, my all-time favorite Scott Steiner promo has to be the math promo. I gotta go watch that again because every time I watch that, it makes me laugh.
You know, we have no idea how long Steiner's sticking around in Impact Wrestling either.
I think he was just brought in because he's friends with Jeff.
Yeah.
Because
Jeff could bring in a lot of his friends if he wanted to.
Well, yeah.
I hope it doesn't turn into Jeff bringing back his old friends and pushing them. And
It won't. Because Jeff isn't Hogan. Jeff is not Hogan. Jeff was always the one trying to push the young talent.
Jeff Jarrett was always...
No, he was always trying to push the young talent.
He was... No, he was...
Well, push himself, but also he was putting over the young talent in the process. Even though people didn't see it that way, that's what he was doing.
He was putting himself and Nash and Hall over, and
well, okay, the Nash thing I can understand because Nash was getting had a big money deal with TNA.
Yeah,
and at the end there, he must have been taking a lot of naps backstage.
Some people are pissed how big of a push friggin' Del Rio's getting. He's beating all these guys who have been there for a while, and
well, yeah.
I think Del Rio gets the title at friggin' at a Slammiversary.
Are they gonna keep the Global Force title, or are they gonna?
I think they merge all the titles. They bring and then they get all new titles at the next tapings.
Okay.
Brand new titles, I think. That would make the most sense because they need to get the TNA off the current titles.
They technically already have because even before Dixie left, they were using the Impact name as the company name.
Name is on the title belts.
Why doesn't Anthem just change the name to Global Force? Because number one, the contracts for TV and the overseas TV contracts for Global Force are up.
Yeah.
So you can use the name. But I don't think Anthem knows what the fuck they're doing. All the freaking trademarks. How can they trademark somebody's name?
They trademarked Broken Matt, Brother Nero, Broken Brilliance, and Vingard 1.
How can they I understand the Broken Matt thing. I can understand that, but how can you trademark somebody's middle fucking name? And Matt Hardy owns the trademark for Broken Matt. If you go look up trademarks on Google, Matt Hardy owns the Broken Matt gimmick. That
I don't.
He does.
He might own the name.
No, he
but
owns
not
the trademark.
But not the full gimmick. He may own the name. He doesn't
own the gimmick, but he owns the name. So technically, they couldn't trademark Broken Matt Hardy. And freaking Rebby's at it again.
Yeah.
Rebby's at it again, and she
called out PW Insider for that story about the trademarks.
But I hate to say it, Mike Johnson at PW Insiders respect it.
Yeah.
I'd understand you may be calling out Ringside News or who else? No DQ, because no DQ over the years has posted some shit. But even guys in the wrestling business respect Mike Johnson. And they also have a lot of respect for Meltzer, minus Bruce Pritchard. Bruce Pritchard hates Dave Meltzer.
Yeah.
He's brought that up on his podcast. That he thinks that Dave Meltzer is bullshitting when he says WWE lies about the WrestleMania attendance. They do. They legitimately do. Because WrestleMania 3's attendance was not 93,000. It wasn't.
Different things about that, and there's been no real proof either way.
And the WrestleMania in Dallas was not 101,000 whatever. That was a bullshit number that WWE pulled out of their ass. Because the NFL couldn't even pull off 100,000 at Cowboy Stadium. And that's a fact. They couldn't legitimately pull it off because there was fans that actually had to get new seats because their view was obstructed. So they couldn't even legitimately pull off 100,000. If the NFL can't do it, how can WWE do it? WWE with not 95,000 attendance for that show. And it was 85 for WrestleMania 3. If it was total attendance with comps, because there was comps for WrestleMania 3, then I could see 93. But if they're not adding in the comps, which every wrestler gets about 10 comps.
Yeah.
So that could be the 8,000 comps that you need to get that 93,000 number. But WWE doesn't count in the comp attendance. They just overinflate their attendance. And it's actually been proven that they do this because they do this for the live TV too. When they announce a sellout at live TV, that's bullshit.
No. They
it is.
They do sell out sometimes.
If you get the Observer, the Observer gives you the attendance for every wrestling show in the world. They give you the attendance. And the live TV attendance for Raws, minus the ones in the UK, which since they do it at the O2, that's a 20,000 seat arena. They could legitimately get 20,000 in the UK because the UK fans are rabid for wrestling. So, because TNA always used to do about 18 or 19,000 at the O2.
They didn't do that many in a long time. They went down in the last few years.
Okay, at least they were still doing 15,000 in the UK.
I don't even think they were doing that much.
Yeah, they were. Because they always did better attendance than what they were doing in the US. For the TV, yeah, they were.
So 2015 only had like what was it, 8 or 9,000 they are read.
Okay,
And
but it's still better than what they were doing in the U.S.
yeah, they can't draw for shit in the U.S. Their live events were bad.
Well, but the cool thing about the live events is all the autographs you could get. You could almost get autographs from the whole from everybody after the shows. After the shows, the wrestlers would stay and sign autographs for almost everybody.
Yeah.
So at least you were getting something out of it. But it's good for TNA to get back out there, though, I think.
Yeah.
Or Impact to get back out there and do and travel because they need to get live events going.
Yeah.
Even though live events is not where you're making your money. Technically, you're not. If you look at WWE's balance sheet, you want to know where they're making their money? TV rights. That's where they're making a majority of their money. And that's a fact. So if they got it, going back to St. Clair buying Tribune, the reason it's good for St. Clair to buy Tribune is because WGN America is in every area where they go. And also, also St. Clair was not. It was St. Ring of Honor was not actually on in Chicago. It was on in the outskirts of Chicago.
Yeah.
So it was on in the in areas like where the Allstate Arena is and that kind of stuff. When is the last time WWE ran the arena in Chicago?
They go
not Allstate.
A lot.
Yeah, but they always run the Allstate.
Yeah.
Which is not technically Chicago. The Allstate is in Rosemont. The Allstate actually is the old Rosemont Horizon. Where they ran WrestleMania 2. That's where one of the 3 main events were for WrestleMania 2. I think that was the Hogan one. Because the one in New York was the one in they did one in Chicago, one in New York, one in LA. The one in LA was the Roddy Piper, Mr. T.
Yeah.
Boxing match. The one in New York was I think that was Hogan. No, Hogan was in Chicago. The IC was the main event for New York was the IC title. Well, I'm looking that up because that kind of annoys me that I can't. I know I've.
Who in their right mind would leave their kids with Mojo Riley as their babysitter?
That was funny. Right before that in our chat, I wrote, "Where has Mojo Riley been?" Do you remember that last night?
Yeah.
Because Mojo wasn't on the show last week at all. Are they going to do something with Mojo at the pay-per-view?
They have no idea what to do with Mojo.
Then why give him the freaking Under the Giant Battle Royal?
They haven't done shit with him since he's won the Battle Royal.
I know. What?
Ridiculous.
Why not give it to Strowman then?
I know. You push him, now you put.
Well, yeah. Well, I think if Big Show wouldn't have been in there, and he was, because Shaquille O'Neal blames WWE for the match falling through in Mania with him and Big Show. If that match wouldn't have fallen through with Shaquille O'Neal, I think Strowman would have won. Because Strowman was supposed to win.
Yeah.
They had bigger plans for Strowman. I think that's why he didn't win. But why not put that on freaking... if you're going to build... If you were thinking about building Jinder towards the WWE World title, why not put... I know I'm not a big fan of Jinder, but why not put the Andre the Giant Battle Royal on him?
They didn't have plans for him back then.
Well, yeah, because they didn't know that they were going to move him to SmackDown. Because Vince changes his mind every day.
Yes, he does.
But then there's freaking... I think this week we get the tag team title match for the Open Challenge on Ring of Honor TV.
Yeah.
Because that was supposed to be last week. It wasn't supposed to be Dalton Castle and Colt Cabana. No, Dalton Castle and Daniels. Christopher Daniels versus Cody and who was it? Cody. Isn't there a War of the Worlds event tonight?
I don't know.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is, because it's going to be Taven, and the main event's going to be Taven and Daniels and Christopher Daniels. I think I'm right on that. Let me Google that once.
Well, I'm going to go eat some lunch now.
Just look this up quick.
All right.
All right, bye.